These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the play-in stage of Worlds 2024.
Nanoe has his available while Guri starts roaming top himself.
Curry is a minion though. Is Nanoe spotting this? He doesn't spot us.
Not. Tangled Barbs and Karaoke is here. What do you say in response? Nanoe's running for his life. Ghost is there and the power of Udyr as the spear is not mortal enough on the damage.
This is going to be careful. Dinkedo's about to clear out the Maven mid, or the Maven mid, and he's level 6, but you got one Guri. Just be happy that you got that.
Yep. We're looking for those rotations now. Shogun's moving on up, and that misfortune is going to bring a small dragon with him as well. So Guri's like, I can start this again. Wow. And Brand is just so good at clearing this. Quick smart.
Yeah, the TP from Nanoe back up into that top lane, and then the roam from Shogun made that a little bit dicey, but
also with the fact that Dinkedo goes back and gets Retrix, maybe a bit more damage as well than they bargained for. So PNG start, take successfully, and all that's going to cost is a plate in the top side. Well, Guri is on a ward.
Yeah, I think Vise are on a ward as well as the issue, because it means that you're able to keep pushing in top.
Oh, he tried to predict that he's walking down. Guri, yeah, a mode on him. Fair call.
It's crazy. I didn't know Weiser was a C.S. Lewis fan.
Come on, and with that reset cancel, he's got to sit here for the wave. We'll have to back away, and we look at top again onto the Udyr. Will he be able to run for his life? No Ghost available, but an Impale this time says you're going nowhere. First blood over to paiN is great for Weiser. I think it's going to be as easy as we think.
Now, Ultimate is now up and available for a Shogun. No TP for Nanoe, though, so it's going to be at least a 4v4 potential for Dinkedo to come through as well, but I think they're gone. They're a little bit slow. Maybe try to catch Weiser as they move across, but Guri's now spotted.
We just highlighted the pace being good, but too slow is definitely real as 3 grubs matched out, 4 for paiN in the end, because remember they got 1 before, so here's the Udyr as well, getting extra damage. Nanoe, as you said, has to be so damn careful. Next wave coming through, and it might spawns, of course, because they've got 4.
And this is one of the big struggles we saw from Vikings, both against MDK, and also the reason that they end up falling down to GAM Esports. Just the missed macro, the opportunities to contested objectives, and paiN Gaming are doing a great job of pulling them around the map, stretching them thin, and just finding those little bits of armor that they can poke themselves through.
I love the mention again, yeah. Commit, but you're like, hey, at least they're picking one side. But for now, as you see the MasterCard lane economy snapshot, I mean, top lane is a big issue here. Why is it level 11 with an equalizer, and Karaoke is nearby?
Nanoe, how are you going to get out of this one? Karaoke could slam against the wall. That's the TP.
They're all full committing, aren't they? But the wall slam ain't there. The Impale out there. Carry is going to have to make it a little bit better as a full commit at least. Cleans up the play. There's faith in Dinkedo, at least, to make that trade.
Look, Nanoe may have died, but he made paiN Gaming look like fools before he went down. That was some very fancy footwork, but a nice call here from paiN Gaming. They're like, look, Rift Herald's up, but we can get bot tower here. Let's just try and get...
Gives them time to bring in this Tristana into the fray.
And Curry has that flash available, so could always look for some sort of play or even be sent in here with Cheaton. So he's been out playing, pretending to be the Rumble, seeing if he can put pressure onto folks.
And Dagda, it's also given time for Karaoke to get his ult back up and available too. Impale is there. Herald's going to drop one down. Nanoe is going to trade this for the bottom side turret, but when mid feels so important in opening up this game, Herald in the back pocket seems like a good task.
Plus, they've just traded top tower as well. So
not seen yet, not seen. Here comes the Skana, but flash away, okay. Dinkedo just jumps on in and Impale on the response. He wasn't expecting that one as the dragon calls in mum. There's minor healing, but isn't enough. Dinkedo's damage, huge! Karaoke sacrifices his own life, but it's a shutdown onto Kati. Kati has picked up the mirror mana from the last back. VKE start this dragon off. And Guri's going to burn this down quite literally as Nanoe is making the TP play. He comes from mid to look to run down as the Herald is there. The Pop Blossom from Guri layers them down. It's a bullet time to end Worlds, so as Nanoe comes from the backside, cleans up one, now another. The damage was done by the VKE backline, but the Udyr's ready to spike it down. Dinkedo gets spaced out, but 4 kills, and what looked beautiful from Curry was set on its head thanks to Shogun.
And so much more for Vikings.
Even after getting nerfed, even after BT got nerfed and people like Misfortune's out, it amazes me some of the plays we've seen so far.
Trying to see if he can sneak in for whoever's going to catch that mid wave that Shogun's pushing in.
For a pick, Solar Flare stops it though. Curry was slowed down. There's Blaze again. A light as Impale doesn't connect. The second time we've seen in this game. Yeah, in the back line, set up for the ball. Curry's caught. He has to flash away. That's Karaoke, who's now between a rock, a wall, and some kind of scorpion tail. Where can he go? Nowhere. Against the wall apparently is enough, but Kati flies over, takes a free stack. and VKE find it again.
It's a disaster for paiN Gaming. They get caught in their own jungle. They Joe Baron for Vikings.
Vikings Esports now set up in front of the Baron. The equalizer, a good turnabout, maybe stops it. Wiser's looking to keep it going as Jinkiero gets one. Okay, that's enough. PNG can't take this for themselves, though. No jungler, no smite.
There's a wave in mid lane for paiN Gaming as well, so that force off of Baron might turn into a pretty nice takeaway from them as well. Vikings just didn't want to commit to the turnaround and paiN Gaming punish.
It feels like it's Jinkiero versus VKE right now. This Kalista from Chitan, we've seen some moments, but like,
far on the way back, but he has to be so close to that item now.
I hate this champion. Oh man, that clear. Yeah, it's showing you. I mean, with the rapid fire cannon and TP, you're right. He can just pop on in whenever he wants. As Cutty for now sits on the edge, because you can see paiN Gaming start this off first. Nanoe is walking in, but it's already gone. Nice movement from paiN. They find it as BF flashes in, though. There's a bullet time, but it's not as good as the last ones. Karaoke gets Nanoe as the Pop Blossom finds the other two. VKE is separated. It doesn't matter if the Smolder has an execute. He's dead. On the back end, Guri sent away, Wiser flashes into play, and now Shogun can't stay. VKE were torn apart limb from limb from limb, and paiN Gaming just said, yep, we'll take that.
Yes, but it's going to be gone before he gets there.
It's going to have to be a miracle, you're right. Put some faster boots on. There's no way. Baron over to paiN Gaming. Doesn't that just sell you, Dagda? VKE, they had tempo, they had everything going for them. All members congressing. The next wave, Kuri's trying to fake it out. Do they know it's him? No, Pop Blossom in, it's good enough, and he gets drawn back. Beautiful engage and an Impale to follow through, but they need the damage. VKE are buying time, and the bullet time will stop them off the inner, but when that dies, there's no defense. VKE pulled back. They've gotten some kind of a trade here.
Vulnerability, especially if you end up like Karaoke trying to come through, but with no flash on this Garner, it becomes way less threatening. So I think it's on Curry with his flash to get it, but they're picking him.
Exploit, and he's in. Again, the burst. Cutty gets a kill. Curry caught out, and his flash was available, but now as the defense comes through, because Dinkiero's trying to pop down the bottom inhibitor turret. He finds his mark, he gets it down, and Cutty's now out. Cutty's out. PNG want to take the rest of the fight. BS slowed down. We get a picture-in-picture because Cutty and Dinkiero fight it out. He goes in instead into the Smolder. He wants to take the fight. Cutty can't get out of range and gets destroyed. And he hops over again. Jinkiero! Absolute hands of steel as he heals up. Shogun's here as well. Looks for more, but will be shut down. The fact he took that 1v1 was psychotic.
Wiser though, trying to get onto Guri. Go to equalizer.
Impale starts us off on the left. You see the equalizer. I see an attempted steal, but it's gone. Infernal Soul, Nanoe locked up against the wall. And paiN Gaming are fighting fire with their own flame.
Vikings didn't know whether to look left or right. They were trying to decide how many members needed to deal with Dinkieto, and they got the math wrong. paiN Gaming, they get the win in the fight. A Dragon Soul, and now the base for Vikings as well.
When death is knocking, I mean, paiN weren't just going to say hello. They told it to get lost, and as they open up yet another inhibitor turret this time, an inhibitor will follow. VKE respawning. It ain't game one yet, but Infernal Soul, that sits with you for a lifetime.
Point could spell their death, or it could be great for them if paiN Gaming overextend.
Yeah, has been the one engaging. He's looking for an angle. Nanoe the same as well, but impaled in. Wiser's going to crisp him down and engages all he's got left, but a Pop Blossom sends him down! VKE don't know what just hit them as paiN Gaming, from the brink of despair, have brought their frown upside down.
Is bringing the pain to the VCS.
Big step-ups. Wiser, you'll get a mention in the after game anyway, but at 33 minutes in an elimination best of 3, there's no minions here to debuff for the time being, but there soon will be. paiN Dagda inflicting the sword on VKE. The next Nexus turret to follow, and Brazil is not out of this world yet. paiN Gaming have changed around their comp, and this draft adaptation is really exciting. I mean, this draft for game number 2 fills me with a lot of joy. Yeah, caught me off guard a bit too, but Guri also getting some damage down. So the next wave pushed in, Grub started as Guri gets a smite down.
It
It is the CBLOL to get the first grub.
Karaoke smited him, so it's smite for smite, and it's Karaoke who just barely gets it.
Yep.
That grub gonna reset, deny Guri that opportunity. Shogun trying to move up, has that Ash ult. If that hits someone, that could be it.
It's a Cosmic Binding, a Deadly Flourish, stopped by the Steadfast Presence, but a flash away from Guri is Dinkiero now with level 6, but doesn't pull the trigger. And you're right, thank you for correcting me, Dagda. I thought, I'm like, oh, the smite came down from Guri. He got the grub, right? But you're right, it was a steal. It was a good one. 2 grubs, make it 3. Dinkiero with no full advancement from VKE's side. I mean, so important for the Shyvana here. Don't forget the Fury of the Dragonborn, 5 armor and MR, every dragon slain. So Guri definitely needs this, and VKE, they've committed to this. Slow movement here from PNG means that as the smite is a little bit mismatched, at least it goes down. Guri's going to be slowed down though, but remember he has the Dragon's Descent to use, and now to escape. There it is. There's a Flame Breath holding on as he gets frozen in place, and fire is beaten by ice. Who would knew that? First blood over to Chitan, and PNG commit down to get a trade.
That Deadly Flourish not hitting onto BA may have just saved his life as well.
Corners flash away as well. I think paiN just got themselves 6 grubs.
That was the thing, paiN really wanted to get that pressure from Nanoate down to the bottom side, and as soon as he does, they go aggressive. Oh, okay, Wiser getting very close to Kati, but still, he just moves up to concern himself with having numbers advantage on top side. They get the 6 Void grubs, and now, think about Wiser on the side lane. Think about Jinkedo when he gets his opportunity to hit on
draft,
towers.
right?
Yeah, this is massive for paiN Gaming. They could actually look for a pick here. Karaoke might be the one.
Yeah, Karaoke instead of the Jax here, but Guri's not going to find him. Again, Dragon's Descent available, and all we'll take is a Flame Breath. Ulti burned on the Kati early. No Magical Journey, but it's buffered away. Is stunned in play. The Tempered Fate. VKE is stopped, halted, but Jinkiero, now that he's here, there's not much other follow-up. Chitan's going to use his ulti as well. They just want the health bars. They just want the Dragon, but a lot has been burned.
They got that engage out from Shogun, though. That ult is gone, and now they just get to poke. The only one who can respond is Guri. But that's Dragon Form gone.
It is.
So paiN Gaming, they can look for a Q flash from Karaoke to set this
flank.
up.
How's it going to be followed? They find Jinkieto in the middle of the fight. There's Akali, but Wiser jumps in and halts him in play. Guri's up next, but Jinkieto flashes and once again performs. paiN Gaming inflicting it on them as Nanoe has found something in the backline. That's great, but it's only the Bard as Chitan zones him away. This squishy Cassante, who can't change back, is going to be chased on down. PNG got another one in their sides. Nanoe, take a picture. It'll last longer. At least that's what PNG say, as Wiser picks up his 3rd kill on the Jax. 2 on Jinkieto, a turret, a dragon, and CBLOL must be ecstatic with how good this game looks now. It's completely opposite in this series.
Massively so. But it's, I think for, when you look historically and you've seen so regularly that it's GAM who've kind of denied CBLOL moving on, have knocked them out of international competition. It's kind of hard to look at this and go, oh, well, the VCS seed that was, in theory, the stronger of the 2.
Really not. Jinkieto moved out of the side lane, but he comes back yet again here as he's going to be charged on, but PNG are making a side lane play. Jinkieto in the 1v2 under the turret, doesn't find the trade. Pierre helps with the dive, and turret goes down as well, but PNG have 6 grubs, and as under turret, Nanoe gets a stun down. The arrow is cleansed. Chitan just walks it out while Shogun helps defend this tier 2.
They're just going to end up backing away. Kati might be able to put some pressure onto the bottom side, though. Not quite a 6 grub buff, but it's still a Tristana that's going to do some damage there.
To just find that limited engage options. Tempered Fate, the ulti misses, and Shogun with some nice fancy footwork. He gets out alive while the Steadfast Presence, rather, Keeper's Verdict, knocks away.
So the map, they don't feel proper going for it, but the arrow misses.
And now he's bought time. Into the Shroud he goes. BS stops him. He's grounded for the time being. The damage is good from Kati. He goes for another leap. The Enhanced Blast goes there. Ulti follows him though. Kati gets a pick. It's big, but how big here, depending on how the push goes. Utilized well, and at least BA this game is trying to be more proactive than what we saw on day 1. And Dagda, turret goes down, as you said. 2k gold lead now from what was 4 or 5k only moments ago. Yes, the Dragon follows suit. The Viking now have a lot longer side lanes. It's not like Dagda, you can just run and force Baron, right? I mean, look at this team with a Jhin as well. How slow is it? They're running into enemy jungle thinking they're okay. Well, Karaoke says, I'm okay, as Guri still has the Dragon's Descent. Chitan gets out of there because the TP on top is dangerous to flash away from Guri as well. And VKE can play this back. They've got a wall. They smack him in, and Carry is not okay as Jinkieto runs on him with the perfect execution, but no damage done. He wants out, but he will not be let to live. Shogun in the back getting hit by Chitan, who Two flashes, two, manages to survive. Wiser wants to clean this up, put them back in a position of pressure, but PNG are running for their lives. Over the wall, maybe not the play. Nanoe gets stunned on up, curtain called down. VKE, you were winning the fight, but you overchased, you overcommitted, and now you've overblown it all.
It looked so good for Vikings. The slow, steady fight, finding these angles where paiN can be useful, but the blinking health bars and the over chase and paiN Gaming take it away from them.
Being resilient is what we can say about that fight, as Chitan played with fire, but I don't see no scorch marks. Baron might be slow, but no one's up and available. And paiN, they look good versus PSG in game one. They showed resilience there, but here against Vikings, they're taking it to a whole new level. It is a very real thing to look at, especially when the comp's trying to play out a 1-3-1. Doesn't work out, they get the dragon. Okay, Soul Point at the very least. They're denying stats from the Shyvana.
These plays, like even just pushing off a bot side into tunnels. But,
Flash, start, charge, arrow, into the car as he runs away. The Tempered Fate gives him space. He's ulti too, but he's just trying to survive at this point. He knows he can't though. He's caught out. The Shyvana blows down. Kuri's also dead. There's nothing on the map for them to take apart from turrets. But too much as Guri just tries to get scraps from his jungle in the meantime. Mid-turret, Chitan's just going to walk up, take it. So Inner finally blows down, and a minute left until this next Baron. PNG now have an inhibitor turret in sight. They've got another Inner and top. They're finally making their moves, and they see that VKE backed away. Just when we're criticizing their Baron tempo, they just find it themselves with a small window.
Yeah, and this is what they should have been doing all along. This is what I expected them to try and play for. Should be trying to play for a mid-wave right now. After they get this vision, but a lot of members of Viking here and waves aren't in order.
Chitan, he walks into the poppy, into the arrow, he cleanses away, but maybe it's a bait to get BA to stay as Wiser jumps in, gets a two-man. The teleport's coming a little bit late, but PNG aren't dying. They bring open the curtains, and it could be the curtains for the VCS second seed. An explosive electric bolt from Jinkiero as into the backline he stays. He goes golden, he buys time, and Nanoe walked up thinking he could survive, but Chitan was the change they needed, smacks him down, takes another, and PNG have got another Baron to look at.
Just found the soul that they need to push them forward into that impending matchup against R7.
The LLA versus CBLOL beckons a step closer. It becomes another Baron for paiN Gaming is sealed. And this time we have to see how many more as we come back to live. If you didn't think it was concrete, if you didn't think it was looking good. Now with the Soul, another 2 minutes 20 of the Red Bull Baron power play. Chitan's going to walk up, minions be damned as well. He'll use the mites and get more gold over to paiN Gaming, a 7k gold lead at 32 minutes in.
Waiting for that minion line in mid as well. The wave's a little bit desynced for paiN.
Gets one, they look for the pick onto Karaoke under turret, but is it enough damage? This Sejuani just won't die. 5 members running into this pig, and it takes that long into the Tempered Fate, keeps him stunned, shocked, and in awe is a curtain call again into Nanoe. We'll do a little bit, but not enough. They've taken down the jungler, they've slowed down Baron, but Wiser was pushing mid all the time.
And the inhibitor is just gone like that.
Yeah.
Wiser, doesn't get the hop out.
He's denied, but is he going to die? That's the next question. He flashes in and takes matters into his own hand. VKE are none the wiser as the ulti's burned out because Nanoe wants to bring him on in, but he'll take another counter-strike, he'll take another bop, and Pierre will take another round to die. A double over to Wiser as the Nexus turrets are now in their sight. VKE will be knocked out of Worlds 24 without a single game win, but paiN Gaming are going to right the wrongs of their predecessors. It ain't loud, Dagda, it's paiN. They inflict it, they bring it, they build it, and now against Rainbow 7, they'll try and harness it to make it into the Swiss stage.
These were some of the best highlights from today's matchup at the play-in stage of Worlds 2024. Which moment was your favorite? Let me know in the comment section below. This is OP, and I'll see you tomorrow. Take care.